Watch WWE Presents. The top 10 times WWE went too far. Number 10. The humiliation of Trish Stratus. Vince McMahon isn't exactly the kind of man you want to work for, especially if you were a woman in the 2000s. In fact, this spot could go to the overall treatment of women in the WWE pre-PG era. He's made out with the likes of Tori Wilson, Candice Michelle, Stacy Keibler, and Sable, who, don't forget, did this after quitting in June of 1999 and filing a $110 million lawsuit against the WWF for sexual harassment. However, no woman got it worse than Trish Stratus. The quintessential WWE diva had been in a storyline with Vince McMahon from late 2000 until WrestleMania 17 that saw Vince, in kayfabe, divorce his wife Linda and start a relationship with Stratus. Vince drugged his wife into a comatose state and would make out with Stratus in front of his idol wife. Seriously, who had it worse here? Well, clearly Trish, considering as the storyline progressed, Vince called Stratus his toy that he had grown tired playing with, and to top it off, the week after spewing those gems, he forced a poor girl to strip to her bra and panties, get on her hands and knees, and bark like a dog. Yes, you heard me right. A woman being forced into her bra and panties and to act like a household pet is only number 10. Ain't WWE a bitch. Number 9. Triple H and Booker T's feud. In the past, the WWE have been racially insensitive and made some truly horrible storylines or gimmicks. You've got Kamala, the Wild Savage, the time Roddy Piper went half blackface, the literal slave Virgil, and even Vince McMahon using the N-word. However, possibly the most distasteful one of all was the treatment towards Booker T in his World Heavyweight Championship feud with Triple H in 2003. Booker T was a hot act. Coming off a tag team with Goldust, the fans were extremely into Booker and his character. It was sort of a rags to riches storyline where Booker T had his criminal past mentioned and how he was overcoming it. However, Triple H was going through his reign of terror at the time, and because this is the WWE, they played the race card. A lot. Triple H told Booker after looking him up and down, "Someone like you doesn't get to be world champion," as well as Evolution member Ric Flair telling Booker that he had been dealt a card that didn't say world champion, and that he could carry our bags to our limo, put on a chauffeur's hat, and drive us downtown. Those are some tough words from a company with an anti-bullying campaign. The reason this is the worst racist angle or gimmick, though, is the ending, because after all of that, WWE had the nerve to let Booker T actually lose at WrestleMania after all the racism thrown his way, getting pinned almost 30 seconds after being hit with a pedigree. If that doesn't scream family programming, then I don't know what does. Number 8. Kurt the Sex Fiend angle. Welcome back, Booker T. However, this time you aren't exactly the target. It's your wife, Sharmell. After Kurt Angle defeated Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21, he felt that he was deserving of a WWE title shot, but in a fatal 4-way match on SmackDown also featuring Booker, JBL won. Angle and Booker got into a feud for Judgment Day, but Angle insulted Booker's wife Sharmell, which is a big no-no to a man as wild as Booker T. Have you seen his eyes? On the May 12th edition of SmackDown, Angle admitted he would like to have perverted sex with Sharmell. A very big no-no to a man as wild as Booker T. Have you seen his eyes? And during a match with the two, Angle left backstage and Booker found his wife in the locker room on the floor crying. The next week, Angle was to be suspended, in kayfabe, if he didn't apologize for his actions, which he did. However, he also admitted that he kissed Sharmell and then he let her fondle his private parts. Why did the wrestling machine have to be a sexual predator? Why did that gimmick need to exist? At least he moved on to a much more credible storyline, feuding with Eugene over the custody of his Olympic gold medal. That went all the way until SummerSlam. Oh, Kurt. Number 7. The Miscarriage. The night after Backlash in 2004, Lita was reunited with Matt Hardy when he came out to save her from a Kane attack. Oh dear, bad things to come. Kane would continuously assault Hardy and try to seduce Lita, eventually kidnapping her and tying her up backstage. A true gentleman. Kane actually got Lita a title shot at Bad Blood, where she lost to Trish Stratus in a fatal 4-way that also featured one woman in the TNA Hall of Fame and one of the Godfather's hoes. The night after, Lita revealed that she was pregnant, and Kane was revealed as the father 2 months later. And if you feel your stomach aching, it's because this storyline is going too far too soon. Hardy and Kane feuded over Lita, and it culminated in a SummerSlam match where Lita would have to marry the winner. And to the distaste of Lita and everyone with a soul, Kane won, and on August 23, 2004, Lita and Kane were kayfabe married. The absolute worst part of this was when Gene Snitsky struck Kane with a chair, causing him to fall on Lita and causing her to miscarry. Most people and companies have a specific line that does not get crossed, and usually miscarrying a baby would be on there, but nope, miscarrying a child is all good for television, and if that's not bad enough, Lita ended up teaming together with Kane to get revenge on Snitsky, because nothing brings people together like a rape child being miscarried. Number 6. Using real-life issues in storyline. As stated before, WWE don't have a line when it comes to their angles with stuff like miscarrying, racism, or misuse of women. However, where there absolutely should be a line is the use of real-life problems workers have and the use of those problems in storyline. This just doesn't need to be elaborated on. When people like Jerry Lawler would ridicule Jake Roberts on his past bouts in alcoholism, or when CM Punk had an entire feud with Jeff Hardy where his main point against Hardy was his drug-filled life when he was straight edge, but possibly the worst instance was in the Attitude Era where the Legion of Doom were put into a storyline based on incorporating Hegstrand Hawk's real-life issues with drugs and alcohol. He would come out to the ring apparently drunk or on drugs and would often show suicidal tendencies. A third member was added to the group, Puke, but one episode of Raw, Hawk climbed up to the top of the Titantron to supposedly take his life. Puke went up to try and save him, but pushed him off accidentally until it was revealed that he actually did it on purpose. God, it's just terrible. Number 5. The Battle for Dominik. During a match against M&M, tag team champions Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero split up when Eddie turned on Rey. The two fought at WrestleMania 21 even though they were the tag team champions together, and it was a part of the angle where Eddie was upset that he couldn't beat Rey. Mysterio's family was added into the storyline, Eddie revealing that he was the biological father of Rey's son Dominik, leaving the boy with Rey and his wife Angie at a young age because he was having issues starting a family. The two went on to fight in a ladder match at SummerSlam for the custody of Dominik, with his custody papers hanging above the ring. Just take a second to think about this. The custody of an innocent child was something fought over in a WWE ring. Where the hell is Vicky? Number 4. Using real-life deaths in storyline. Not long after the feud with Rey, Eddie Guerrero passed away on November 13, 2005, being found dead in his hotel room. As soon as this happened, Rey Mysterio was ascended much higher onto the card because of his close friendship with Eddie, despite the fact that he tried to steal his kid. Rey got a huge push out of Eddie's death, winning the 2006 Royal Rumble and going on to WrestleMania 22 to win the World Heavyweight Championship in a triple threat match that featured Kurt Angle and Randy Orton. How did Orton help build into the storyline? By saying that Eddie was in hell to Rey's face just weeks after he passed away. Many other instances have occurred in which real-life death is used in a storyline. CM Punk mocking Paul Bearer, WWE interviewing Brian Pillman's wife just hours after his death, and it's been done as recently as Paige telling Charlotte that your little brother didn't have much fight in him, did he? Again, a line must be drawn between storyline and reality, especially when it comes to death. Number 3. Vince McMahon has a legitimate pay-per-view victory over God. God. Number 2. Katie Vick. Leading into No Mercy 2002, Triple H was hot on his reign of terror, as mentioned earlier, and next on the list was Kane. In the weeks leading up to the match, Triple H made a claim that would go down in history as a start to possibly the worst storyline ever made with WWE. No, the worst storyline ever made in WWE. He said that he knew about Katie Vick, Kane's girlfriend from 10 years earlier who was killed in a car crash, and that he had raped her corpse. Weird, because about 9 years earlier, Kane was actually Isaac Yankem DDS. Not exactly the most likely man to have a girlfriend, but I digress. Triple H went on to shoot the absolute worst video WWE has ever aired live, in which Triple H, wearing a Kane mask, went near a coffin and had sex with a mannequin supposed to resemble Katie Vick's dead corpse. Implied rape is one thing. Implied rape on a dead corpse is another thing. But a video of Triple H visually implying sex with a mannequin supposed to represent a dead woman, that's just too much. It's really a wonder why this necrophilia angle was de-emphasized before their big title match. And number 1, the Kiss My Ass Club. Nothing could possibly be worse than this. Not even Katie Vick trumps this. The Kiss My Ass Club was, first off, something Vince McMahon thought was funny. That is horrifying to say the least. The following sad men have been paid to kiss the buttocks of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. William Regal, Jim Ross, Shawn Michaels, Shane McMahon, his goddamn son, McFoley, and Hornswoggle. Before the kiss, Vince would slowly pull his pants down all sexually, do some tricks with his ass, flex his glutes, and bend over to make the experience even worse, which is what I imagine a grandpa striptease to be like. And damn the WWE for putting that thought into my head. Fun fact, William Regal joining the Kiss My Ass Club was nominated for the Best On-Screen Romance category for a Raw anniversary show on January 14, 2003. This has been D Wicket from Watch WWE. If you enjoyed, like the video and subscribe, and why not leave a comment on how I sound like that other guy from Watch WWE. Thank you all for watching.